Here's a question I have heard multiple times as a Christian who is also a therapist. Does God hold me accountable for what I do in my dreams? Usually this comes from someone who has had a dream where they did something that they would never actually do in real life, often something sexual or violent, and they wake up feeling guilty, ashamed, and maybe even wondering if they had sinned. So, let me give you the short answer first. No, absolutely not. And then let's explain why. Hey everyone, I'm Colin, the resident nerd and Bible scholar and therapist here at the Bible Uncut and Unfiltered. And I do want to focus on that for a second, give that disclaimer once more up front. I am a Bible scholar and a therapist. I am not a neuroscientist or a sleep specialist. So understand that as we get into this. I am speaking from within those fields, not as any kind of sleep expert. But here's what we do understand about dreams from both psychology and theology and why you can let go of that guilt. From a psychological standpoint, dreams are essentially like your brain's overnight filing system. During the day, you take in thousands of pieces of information, conversations, images, emotions, random thoughts, and most of it gets processed consciously. But some of it doesn't. Maybe you were just too busy. Maybe you were distracted. Maybe something triggered an emotion that you didn't have time to sit with. Your brain logs all of that, and when you sleep, it goes into processing mode to take care of the things that you did not get to process through the day consciously. That's why your dreams can be so bizarre and disjointed. Your brain is pulling together unrelated fragments from something you saw today, a conversation you had last week, a person from your childhood, and it mashes all of that together while trying to make sense of emotions, memories, and experiences that you have not fully digested yet. Sometimes dreams are your brain saying, hey, we didn't get to process this properly during waking hours, so I'm gonna do that for you now. And sometimes they're also just weird neural noise, random connections firing while your brain does maintenance. Now, theologically, here's what is important. God holds you accountable for what you can control. That's it. Throughout Scripture, the emphasis is always on intention, will, and action. Jesus talks about what comes from the heart, the conscious choices that we make. Paul talks about bringing thoughts into captivity, again, the ones that we are aware of and can choose to redirect. You don't have moral agency in your dreams. You are not making conscious decisions. There's no will involved. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain most responsible for judgment, decision-making, and moral reasoning, is significantly less active during REM sleep. You are not you in the same way that you are when you are awake. And God knows that. He made your brain. He understands how it works far better than we do. The biblical standard has always been, you are responsible for what you do with a sound mind in conscious awareness with the ability to choose otherwise. And dreams don't meet that criteria. Now, I realize there are plenty of people out there who assign deeper meaning to dreams. Some use them almost like astrology, trying to predict the future. Others go full Freud and overanalyze every symbol. And you know what? If those frameworks help you understand yourself better, then okay, there can be some value to those approaches, for sure. But let me offer a simpler perspective. Sometimes dreams can just be your brain taking out the trash. Not every image needs deeper analysis. Not every bizarre scenario is a window into your soul. If you have a disturbing dream, it's okay to just let it go. Your brain was doing maintenance, that's all. But if you find yourself having recurring disturbing dreams, now that might be worth exploring. Not because you're sinful, but because it could point to something that you need to process consciously. Unresolved trauma, stress, anxiety, and that's where therapy can really play a helpful part. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. God's expectation of you is beautifully simple. We like to overcomplicate it with religion, but Micah 6:8 gives this message best. Do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly before your God. You notice what's not in there? Control every unconscious thought and dream sequence your brain produces at 3 a.m. See, God cares about how you live your waking life, how you treat other people, the choices you make when you are fully present and aware, the love you show, the justice you pursue, the humility that you practice. You are not responsible for the overnight filing system that He designed. So if you wake up from a weird or disturbing dream, take a breath. It's not saying you're a bad, weird, or perverted person. What matters is that you live your waking hours with intention, compassion, and grace, and leave the rest up to God.